Hello and welcome to another Ravelox project. We had a furniture store open close by us and we decided we were going to spend some money on a new couch. And this has presented us with a bit of a challenge. The previous couch that we had was a two-seater and we were able to put our speakers for our multimedia system either side of the couch. We were using them as places to rest our plates and cups. But with this new couch being a multi-piece sectional, we have one side that's got a gap, the other side it turns the corner to continue the seats. So this week I'm going to build some speaker stands that are going to raise the speakers above the back of the couch so that we can actually hear what's going on. We should get started. Now the first thing that we've got to do is to measure the size of the speakers so we know how big to cut the bass. And these speakers are roughly 9 3/4 by, let's say, 7 1/4. Now it doesn't matter if we cut over because obviously we want the bass to support the speaker, so if it is slightly bigger that's all fine. And the other thing that we've got to do is to measure the height of the couch, and we can see it's approximately 3 feet 5 to the top of the couch. But if we make it 3 feet and have the speaker actually sitting on the base there, then that works out just fine. For the 6-foot poles that I have here, I'm going to cut them in half and use 3 for each stand. So I'm going to be using some scrap 1/2-inch plywood for the base, and luckily this is about 8 inches by, let's say, 24 inches, and that means that I can get the base out of these pieces. Is going to work out quite nicely. So let's get cutting. So I think that's enough for tonight, and I'll show you the reasons why I've stopped for the moment. But anyway, to put this stuff together, so I cut the top and the base. I cut the rods to length. I just basically cut them in half, and then down at the bottom on this particular base I measured where the top would fit in the center, drew some intersecting lines so that I could from the center measure approximately 1.5 inches. In each of the rods I drilled a hole on either end, and I cut holes into the bases and used some lag screws, some screws here to attach them to the base, to the top end of the base. And I also went over the tops here with a round over bit on my router. So one of the things you saw me do was also correct an issue that I had where I hadn't drilled the hole in one of the rods straight. It wasn't perpendicular. So what happened when I screwed the bolt through was that it came out of the side. Now luckily I had a spare piece of rod that I could use, so I cut that to size. And the reason why I needed to stop for tonight is that I screwed up one of the base pieces with the router. My hand slipped on one of the grips, and that meant that the router bit actually went a lot lower than it needed to, which meant that it went into the wood a lot deeper than it should have done. So it started off okay, and then I screwed it up here. So I need to get some more plywood. I don't have spare plywood to be able to fix that up for tonight, but I do have the extra rods that I cut, and I do have this base ready to go. So I will be able to make another base shortly. Here it is next to the couch, and it seems to fit quite nicely. You can see that we've got just enough clearance at the front and the back. It's sitting nicely on the floor. I will put some rubber feet on it. Obviously I don't want to scratch the floor with the base, but I'll put some rubber feet on that. And this one I do actually need to relocate so that it's over here behind the sectional. So there you have it, another Ravelox project completed. If you like what you saw, please click like. If you want to keep seeing what I do, then please click subscribe, and we'll see you next time.